today we are going to can dry pinto beans for HRN. Our goal is to be wise with Yahweh's provision and promise we do our part and Yahweh will always do his part. We want to feed our families good, healthy food. We are being challenged how to accomplish that and being able to help those in our communities, the widow, new baby families, the sick, a visitor, or a gathering with friends and family. We thought of how Abigail provided for David and his men. 1 Samuel 25:18 says, Then Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves of bread, 2 skins of wine, 5 sheep already dressed, 5 seahs of parched grain, 100 clusters of raisins, and 200 cakes of figs, and laid them on the donkeys. It was at the end of the harvest, the time of trumpets. The harvest was complete, preparing for a trip to Jerusalem for Sukkot and food for the family and servants until the next harvest. Now, understandably, we are responsible for our family. So, let's do our part. So, canning pinto beans, I did a price check, so to show how much you could save by doing your own. And we're going to do in pint jars, but you're more than welcome to do it in quarts, and you can double it. Now, a half pint of pinto beans, organic is 29 cents. Non-organic is 22, and at Walmart it is 14. So that makes 1 cup of organic 57, regular is 44, and Walmart would be 27. Now, those are the dry. Now here we're going to go in and we're going to buy that handy can. The 15-ounce can is 78 cents. That is a store brand. Bush's 16-ounce is $1.28. The 15-ounce can of store brand organic is $1.16. Now this is as your standard. Their 15-ounce natural value is $1.87 for that 15-ounce can. Eden Organic 15-ounce is $3.24. So you can save a lot of money and get very, very good protein. So let's begin. To pressure can dry beans, we're going to start with preparing your beans by soaking overnight and using a quick soak. When you're preparing your beans, make sure you go through them, wash them, and a lot of times that bag will have stones in it. Make sure you take all that out and then soak it overnight. In the morning, you're going to fill your pot with water, cover the beans by 2 inches, bring to a boil, cook and stir for about 30 minutes. Now you're going to fill your pressure canner with water according to the canner instructions. Heat until softly boiling. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to heat up the water in the canner because it is cold, and we're going to put a hot jar in here, and if you do that, it will cause your jar to break. As an optional step, you can add a 1/4 cup of white vinegar to the water to eliminate the cloudiness that mineral deposits. Depending on whether you have city water or well water will make that difference. Next, you're going to wash your lids, rings, and jars. I soaked these last night in water and then cooked them a good bit this morning. We like our beans really soft. I don't want our beans to be hard, so I will cook them almost completely done. And one of the little tricks I found out with them, besides your jar and your funnel, if you will use a measuring cup and do it like this, it's not quite, and I drain it. You can put it in here and you'll get some of your water. And you're going to take it up to almost there. But when you're through, if you use a bigger stock pot, you can hang your measuring cup right here and you don't lose your spoon. So if you want to fill those up, just right in there to the line, and then we're going to fit.
And these are pints,
And
just let you know.
These are pints.
These are pints.
These are perfect for 2, possibly 3 people. You need to heat your jars to reduce the cracking. Fill your jars with beans to 1-inch headspace. For each pint, you're going to do a half a teaspoon of salt. I used a mineral salt. You can use a kosher salt. You can use anything but iodized salt. You just don't put iodized salt in canning. This is hot water, and we're going to put it in our hot jars. And then you're going to ladle the hot liquid into the jars to cover the beans, maintaining 1-inch headspace. Run a knife along the side of the jars to release the air bubbles. Wipe the rims of the jars with clean, damp rag. Something on it. So wipe them all off, because you never know. And it's very important when you do meat, because you'll have grease. Let me iterate, if you are using the new ball lids, they do not have to be heated. They can go on cold. Place the lids and the rings and tighten to finger tight. So you're going to put your finger on the middle of the jar, turn it till the jar turns with you. And at that point, put your jars in your canner. Process at 10 pounds of pressure for 75 minutes for pints and 90 for quarts. We're going to put the lid on this one. Every canner's different, and it only goes on a certain way. This one, it tells me here, and it lines up with that arrow.
So here's the arrow. Go ahead.
And then when I lock it, it does not come off. It's locked on there.
A few minutes later.
Each one of these weights is 5 pounds. We live in South Mississippi, so we use 10 pounds of pressure. We only use one of those. Remember to adjust for the altitude if you need to. Once processing is finished, turn off the heat, leave the canner in the place, allowing it to depressurize. Do not hurry your canner. Let it do it on its own. It's very important you do that. You wait till it's completely cooled. And then this one you turn. Take the lid away from you and let the steam go. Steam will burn. Open the canner and allow the jars to sit in the canner for 10 minutes. Remove the jars and set them in a draft-free place, undisturbed, for 24 hours. Put a little bit of padding. They're very hot. If you put them on a metal surface with nothing, they will break. They're hot, they will burn, they can melt something. And also this helps it cool very nicely. You should start hearing them pop. Pull them out. Give them a little bit of space between each other so the air can flow. And if you will notice, this one's already sealed.
It's down.
It's down.
Concave.
There you go. These will start popping, and they're sealed, but you can see how hot they are. Then you will remove the rings and store. But wash your rings and wash your jars before you store them. You may do all this with any kind of bean, a kidney bean, a pinto bean, Great Northern, navy, garbanzo, and black beans. Just remember, the beans must be soaked and heated before placing into the jars. Happy canning.